Hi guys, welcome back to the Naio Nails channel. Today on the Not a Nail Tech series, I'm going to be trying really hard to make a jelly inspired koi fish pond look. I'm going to put some pictures up here for you to see what I've been looking at online. So I've seen some inspiration, some tutorials, and I'm just going to give it a go with some of our products. So I'm going to be using some of our jelly polishes and our iridescent chrome powders, which are absolutely beautiful and a little bit magical. So wish me luck, because this could go drastically wrong, and let me know down in the comments what you think of the look. Let's get into it. I'm going to start with blue raspberry from our jelly polish range, and I think what I'm going to do for all of the nails is use two different colours from our jelly range and merge them together. So you can see here I'm just going to use Kiwano to blend in with the blue raspberry, and this one might be a little bit subtle, but it'll look very like water. And then I'll probably go in with a couple of coats just to give it a little bit more depth. I'm just going to put some top coat on this because I'm going to be going in with some of our iridescent chrome powders, and it'll just stick nicely to that. I've chosen this Topaz chrome pigment, and it looks just white when you open the tub, but you'll see when I put it on, it gives this beautiful iridescent glow with a slight bluey greeny tint to it, which is great for the effect I'm after. Next, I'm actually going to start on the little koi fish, so I'm going to be using Valencia Orange mixed with our Clear as Day builder in a bottle, and I'm just going to be laying this down in thick layers in, you can see here, just kind of like a comma shape. And this is going to take a few layers to build it up so it's nice and 3D. You'll also see that to start off with it being a sheer colour, it's not going to come across very orangey, but as we layer it up, it will look more orangey and more like a koi fish. I'm just going to go in with Snow White and a really small brush, and I'm just going to add in some little details for where the fins are going to be, and this is just going to give them a little bit of detail and a little bit of depth as well. I'm just going back in with my mix of Valencia Orange and Builder Gel just to add some colour onto the fins. Just going in with the second coat just to add more colour. Next, I'm going to use Serious Black, and all I'm doing is using a dotting tool and just adding two little dots for the eyes, which I think looks really cute. Just going in with some more of the Clear as Day builder, and I'm just going to add some little water droplets. I just thought this would add a little bit more interest to the nail. I find the trick with this is to make sure that all of the water droplets are different sizes so it looks a bit more natural. Now onto the next nail, I'm going to be using Elderberry, and this one I think I'm going to do with a bit more of a contrasting colour. So as you can see, the Elderberry is a very sheer colour, so I probably will be going in with 2 or 3 coats of this just to give it a little bit more colour. Next, I'm going back in with Valencia Orange, and this is my contrasting colour. and I think I'll probably only do one layer of this, and then I'm just going to go back in with the elderberry and put that all over, and it should blend the two colours really nicely. I'm just going back in with that iridescent chrome powder, and as you'll see, even though it has like a bluey hue to it, when you put it over the purple and the orange, it kind of gets a new colour. It's really, really pretty. Just give it all a dust off because you don't want any of those particles getting into the rest of your design. So for this one, I was thinking I would just do a bit of like a water ripple effect. So I'm just using builder gel to do that. And I think it actually looks quite effective. And it's quite a simple, easy nail art to do, especially if you're a beginner. And don't worry if it's a bit messy, because that's what water is. Water is messy. And then I'm just adding some more water droplets to this one as well, just to tie them all in. On to the next nail, I'm starting with Starfruit Jelly Polish, and this is just going to be our first colour that we're going to lay down. Next I'm going back in with Kiwano, so yet again I'm doing a bit more of a contrasting look on this one compared to the first nail that we did. I'm just going back in with some more coats of this just to give it a bit more depth. Yet again going in with top coat to prepare it for the iridescent chrome powder. And here's the iridescent chrome powder again. I'm doing this on all of the nails, so you're going to get sick of me talking about it, but it's so beautiful that I feel like I need to. I think on this nail, I'm actually going to do 2 fish on this, just to do 2 really little ones. So I'm going back in with my little mix of Valencia Orange and Builder Gel. But I'm just going to do them a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to do them facing opposite directions. And I just think this might look quite cute. So again, just going in with probably about 3 layers of this Builder Gel mix, just to give it the height and dimension that I'm after. Next I'm going in again just to do the details on the fins with our Snow White gel polish. Yet again, you don't need to be particularly very neat with this, it's just to give it a hint of some kind of detail underneath the jelly polishes. And yet again going in with our mix of Valencia Orange and Builder Gel just to add to the fins. I'm just going back in with Serious Black to do those little eyes that we did on the previous fish. I'm actually really pleased with how this nail turned out. It's very cute, very sweet. And then I'm probably going to go back in and do some water droplets again. On to the next nail, we're starting with Pink Pineapple. And this is a little bit more of a neon shade from our jelly collection, so it's got a lot more pigment than some of the others that we've been using. I'm just going to go back in with Starfruit. Just going to top coat this again, ready for the iridescent chrome powder. This one's a little bit more of a subtle nail with the colours being relatively similar, but it gives it a little bit of an aura effect with the deeper colour in the middle. So brush that off again, and then we're going to do a water effect on this one, but we're going to place the ripples in a different position, just so all of the nails look completely different. You can always add more layers of the builder gel if you think it needs a little bit more height to these ripples, but I found that one layer was enough for what I was after. And just putting in some more water droplets, tie it all together again. Now we're going back in with elderberry and just placing that around this side of the nail. Yet again, we'll probably need to do 2 or 3 layers of this to get the depth of colour that we're after. I'm going to use blue raspberry that we used at the beginning. And I actually really like the combo of these colours. I think it's quite contrasty, but it's also quite like retro and funky. Just going in with another coat. Yet again, top coating this so we can do the iridescent powder on top. I think this might actually be my favourite colour combo so far. I think they just work really, really well together, but give a little bit of something different. I'm just going to do one little fishy on this one because it's only a teeny tiny nail, but I think it'll look very, very sweet. What do you think we should call this little guy? He's very, very cute and I think he needs naming. So why don't you leave a comment below and let me know what you think he should be called. Yet again, just going back in with Snow White just to add some details for the fins. And using our mix of Valencia Orange and Builder Gel just to go back over the fins again. So you can see I've already gone in and put his little eyes on, and I'm just doing some water droplets. And now to finish it all off, they all need a good top coat. Make sure you're getting all of the nooks and crannies. You might find that your top coat might even out some of your 3D designs. So you can either do bigger 3D designs or you can wipe off a lot of the product from your brush when you're putting the top coat on. And here it is. What do you think? Give me a little comment below. Tell me which nail's your favourite. I think the middle one with the two little fishies is my favourite, to be honest. And tell me if you think I've actually succeeded, but I actually really enjoyed doing it. And let me know if you were going to try it as well. Like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.